Greetings, Libra. Welcome to my channel, Sacred Oracle Readings by Phil. And I want to start your reading for February 2023 and what is in store for you. Now, keep in mind that these are very general readings. Some of this information will not resonate with a lot of you, and that is okay. Take what you can from it and build on it. The bits and pieces, I call them the golden nuggets that you can grab and you can use for your life and your everyday living. So, without further delay, let me go ahead and start your reading, Libra. I hope that you're keeping warm here in Texas, where the location, the city that I'm in Texas, is very cold. It is extremely cold, but it's warming up. We had ice and sleet and snow earlier today and yesterday, so I'm glad that it's kind of over. I'm ready to get out of the house and go do some, grocery shopping, errands, etc. So let's go ahead and start here, Libra. You who hold the scales, Libra, you hold the scales of balance. And as I was thinking about your reading for the month of February 2023, that is one of the things that came as in a message. Surprise, big surprise, right? But it's to use balance. It's all about using the balance and for the month of February. So in the month of February, Libra, I feel that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you. The first card that comes out is the Ace of Wands. Now, this kind of looks phallic, like a phallic symbol, and basically means opportunity, means, like that. Remember the Big Bang Theory about things exploding, and this is where life begins. And life begins at the time of conception, when the sperm actually travels into the birth canal to get with that egg, so that it can create life. I am getting that some of you Libras, male and female, or either. There is a potential this month for pregnancy. There's a potential this month for you to conceive a child. If this is something that you are not wanting, then you need to take care of yourselves. All right. But it also indicates that there is opportunity. Excuse me. There's new opportunities coming your way in ways of business or in ways of opportunities, maybe entrepreneurial opportunities, new beginnings. Okay, so let's see what other cards are coming out. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune that has popped out. The Wheel of Fortune is basically the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. What goes up must come down. What comes down must come up. So I do feel that with the Wheel of Fortune also, well, of course, in general, well, the Wheel of Fortune, what does the Wheel of Fortune mean? It can be success. It can be something very good. It can be, like I said, the end of a cycle and the beginning of new one. If I put these two cards together, and I can mention a potential pregnancy and the cycle ending or beginning, is a new cycle for the woman, if she's trying to conceive. It's a new cycle for the man, because now he's thinking about the fatherly, responsibilities that he must face at this point. Or as a parent, I am part of the LGBTQ community, so I can tell you that it can also mean that, that maybe you adopt a child and, it's a new cycle. Something new begins. So I am thinking in ways of family, of starting a family. And that's what Spirit is basically is telling me. So let's see what the ancestors have to say. And of course, we'll read a little bit more. Not everybody is gonna have a baby or or adopt or anything like that. But if I go into the business part of it, is basically saying that you do have an opportunity for business to come in, new business opportunities, maybe a new job, and the end of a cycle of another one. Something that you've been doing perhaps now with the job situation, the monetary situation. Some of you have been probably doing the same old. Maybe you are in a job that is just repetitious, and now that cycle is ending, and something else is starting. Okay, so just so that you can get that information, I am shuffling still because I just need two more cards, Spirit. My ancestors, I ask that you please reveal two more cards. And so I hope again that you're keeping warm wherever you are. If you're in a very cold area, if not, and you're warm, oh my God, well, keep yourself cool. You're lucky in that respect. So, my Libras. For some of you, this conception. And remember that these are very general readings. It will not resonate with everybody, but some people it will. And it'll speak to a group of people, or maybe a lot of people, or but it's impossible for these readings that are general to feed everyone. It's just impossible. But there may be some nuggets, gold nuggets, that you can take advantage of, and that you can go with it. Okay? All right. So for some of you, I feel that the conception has already started. It already started. That cycle already started. And it was a disappointment for some of you. For some of you, you may have felt that this was something that you were not ready for, that it was unwanted, that it just brought some problems with you, for you. Okay? And so, because it was a shocker. But then afterwards, like with the Nine of Pentacles here, I feel that for some of you, you kind of were bothered by it, but then you've learned to accept it. You've learned to accept it. And I'm reading the cards and I'm listening to Spirit because there's an important message for one of you, two of you, three of you, many of you, I don't know. But I'm speaking to somebody for sure. And in this whole thing, there was disappointments. You felt that you were backstabbed. You feel that there was a disappointment, and you feel that there's been tension within maybe family members or friends, or between your relationship. And this was something that was maybe a one night thing, and it turned out to be something, well, a lot more. So then I do show that, like you see this guy and he's kind of like, I'm going to say that this represents you, okay? And you're disappointed, all right? And why I know that you're disappointed is because the Five of Cups also comes out and there's disappointment, okay? You feel like, yeah, it was a fun night or a fun thing or whatever that happened, and then it just kind of went downhill from there. And there's a lot of inner turmoil. You don't know what to do. You feel worried. You feel worried because you don't know where this is going and how this is how could this had happened, or how could you have allowed yourself for this to happen to you? Okay, so that is the kind of the not so good part of it, of this message. The other good part of it, and that's what we focus in. That's what I focus in giving you in allowing you to see the positive part of it, and moving forward so that you can attain. Remember that at the beginning of the year, the reading for the 2023 reading is that this is a year of victory. And I keep repeating this to every single sign, and if you pull up any other, you'll see that I'm talking about the same thing. This is the year, your year, Libra, everybody's year, but your year, Libra, of victory. But how you handle things is what you will, how you will retain or acquire your victory or stay in your victory, Libra. All right. And so the mentality, the mindset has to change. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Because even though, and this is something that was unexpected, this was something probably not wanted, this was something that later you are embracing the idea that maybe it's not that bad after all, right? And just like you see this Five of Cups, and there's this person in black, in a black coat, or, the hood and everything. Okay, so that represents grieving. Look at the clouds. The clouds are just gray, and just like the news is bad, right? And they are looking at the spilled cups of wine, kind of crying over their spilled milk, if you will. But what this person fails to see, and is that there's two cups, okay, and the two cups represent people, to me. And what fills them is liquid water, which is us, again, because we're 80%, right, water, or maybe a little bit more, I don't know. But there's two people that are supporting whatever you feel, like if you feel disappointed, you feel like you've been let down, you feel like, oh my God, my life is coming to, some huge turmoil. These are huge decisions that I have to make. I don't know, And what it's saying is that there is two people that support you. I want to say that one is male, one female. It may be two females. It may be two males. It may be more than that. A whole community that may be supporting you and telling you, you know what, it's going to be okay. And you know what, it is going to be okay. And you've had a lot of inner conflict. All right. Some people use this as a teamwork. I don't see the teamwork, because really and honestly, it seems like everybody is fighting with everybody, kind of, trying to put their point across. And it may be teamwork. I'm not dismissing that. But in this case, and for this reading and for this purpose, Libra, you are being advised, to stay away from that negativity. There's no other way to put it, because if people are fighting and bickering and there's tension and you can almost cut it with a knife, kind of, sort of speaking, then that's not good for you. Because you need to you are the one with the scales, going back to the scales, and how awesome that this comes out. You going back to the scales. What does the scales represent in Libra? It represents balance, alignment and balance. Being to think, be able to, you need to sometimes quiet your mind and your soul. You need to quiet them down so that you can use balance in a very tough situation. Now, this can be a curse or a blessing depending on how you handled it or how you see it. All right? It can be a curse or a blessing depending on how you see it. Because if you see it, oh well, look at this, oh look at that, look at the the three cups fell down, and look at all that mess that I've created, or how could I have been so stupid to allow this to happen, or whatever. But you feel that this is not all you. There's other things inside of you, whether this is people, this is the attributes or qualities that you have that are good qualities. You have good qualities that you can give out. Okay, Libra? You have good qualities that you can grab onto. From a bad situation, okay, and now I'm going another way. Because first I saw pregnancy, and now I'm seeing something else. And that could be that there was so many problems, all right? You made a choice. You, Libra, made a choice. What are you going to do with that choice? Okay? Are you going to waddle in your distress? And are you going to waddle in your depression and anxiety? Did I make the right decision? Look at the mess I created. Look at where I'm at. Look at what I've done. And oh my God, this and that. And instead of having a chip on your shoulder, kind of sort of speaking, allow yourself to work. Instead of these people fighting with each other for the competition, fighting against each other, this is where then I can see where in finding Libra balance, looking at the bigger picture, and instead of having a chip in your shoulder going, how can I do this so that it can work on my favor, so that I can work with other people, that, maybe what they're saying is right. Maybe I need to look through their eyes to see where I can improve and where I can move on, because you will, because this is your year of victory. You will move on if you allow yourself to be open to go ahead and be a team player. Okay, and I'm not saying go with the flow. I'm not saying that you will agree with everybody, because you may not agree with everyone. But you can be, you can go ahead and kind of look at things a different way and go, okay, so I see your point. I can see how you use these words. I can see how you would handle, or how or why you would handle this way. But may I be allowed to show you a different way? See, now I'm using teamwork. But if I have a chip in my shoulder and I'm constantly back and forth and going, no, well, my way, this is what I think. Is anything gonna get done? Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and they are already a bit on the irate side, or maybe annoyed side, or whatever, an attitude, and you're trying to put your point across, and they try to put their point across, and both of you are talking, and who's listening? No one's listening. No one's listening, because because somebody has to stop and has to listen. Okay, I'm going to allow you, and don't allow people to speak so that you can start thinking of what you're going to say next. That's not good communication skills. Take note, take heart unto what this person is trying to share with you, or people are trying to share with you. Excuse me. And then kind of mesh it up with your thoughts and see, okay, well, I can see, okay, now I can see where they're coming from, but there's this other thing that I wanted to share with you. I see where you're coming with that, but look, I have this idea. I have this way of doing that. Maybe this will help us better, etc. Oh, I didn't see it that way. And be honest, be frank. And when you put yourself in that mode of being receptible, or that you can receive, okay, not only just give, with your mouth, but receive also, and kind of hold back and kind of go and kind of let it register, let it sit there in your head and start working, computing things and going, oh, wait a minute. You know what? You're right. It's okay to be wrong, Libra, sometimes. And it's better to find balance and alignment, because you will make your life a lot easier. I'm speaking to somebody's, or a lot of people, I don't know, but I'm speaking to some. And this has to do with two different things, because some of it, I feel this has to do with the things in business or a job that maybe, you went into something excited thinking that it would be one way, and you're finding out that it's not exactly what you wanted. You feel disappointed because you don't have the liberties that perhaps you had on a different job. Just saying that out there, throwing that out there. The final card with this is that in the Five of Swords is basically the advice to this is saying, pick your battles. Choose. Again, it's all about choices, right? Choose your battles wisely. Choose your battles wisely. Don't have a chip on your shoulder that anything that anybody says, you're in a defensive mode and you're ready to attack. Or maybe you don't, and you keep it all inside, and now it's creating health problems, or it's creating mental problems, mental health problems, because maybe now you're depressed, and maybe now you don't feel like you wanna really get up in the morning and have to face those people every day. So where do you find the energy so that you can find that positive energy that you can grasp, that you can pull from yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work one way or another. Okay, so those are the two different scenarios. Those are the two different, I feel like I'm speaking to two different types of groups of my Libras that are dealing with some important issues. And here I am telling you, and I am to encourage you that, you know what, everything is seasonal. It's not going to stay. Okay, we had a winter storm where I'm at. We had sleet, ice, and snow. You know what? It's not like that anymore. Well, especially here in Central Texas, everything changes like that with the weather. So not everything stays. Every season does not stay a season for the 12 months. Not unless you're in a remote area where it's like that. But for the most part, seasons come and seasons go. Friendships come, friendships go. Relationships come, relationships end. All right? And even though it hurts, even though you don't understand, you don't have to understand. Just continue to move forward with balance, because that's you. That's your energy, Libra. The energy of Libra, balance. Okay? Air. The element of air. And your one of your attributes, well, in the Libra is the scales. It's justice with a sword, right? So let's go ahead and see what else other advice is given to Libra's ancestors. I ask, oops, some of them fell out already. I hear one of my favorite card readers, because I also listen to some of these YouTube card readers. And he has to say, I cannot make this up, and I really cannot make this up. I'm talking to you about balance, and look what came out. I didn't choose it. It came out. It came out the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles has to do with balance and focus. Okay, in some of the tarot, and this is also I see. It is working really with your third eye. All right. And what do I mean when I say the third eye, the chakra, the third eye? And this is a card of I see. I see. And so therefore, if I see, that means that you have to use vision. And as this juggler is juggling those pentacles, there's one that I love, and I think it's in one of my decks, where the juggler is actually is juggling the Two of Coins, is juggling the Two of Coins, and is walking on top of a wire. And to me, this card, what it's telling you, Libra, for the month of February, is to keep focus. Keep focus. Why? Because as a juggler, on top of that wire, and even, have you ever, I don't know if you've ever seen people in the circus, or you've gone to the circus, and you know how those people use this long staff or long, staff, and they try to use it so they can get balance. And what is the thing? Are they looking down? Are they looking at one side? Are they looking at the other side? Are they turning their heads? Are they waving to people? I'm asking you, are they? No, they're not. You know why? Because if they did, they would fall down and have an accident, and who knows what happened, They could kill themselves, basically, because they take their eyes, their focus off of their destination. And you have a destiny to fulfill, Libra. You are not in the job that you are by mistake. You are not in the situation that you are in by mistake. Nothing happens for just because it happened. Even our mistakes are stepping stones to our success and to our future. Yes, Libra? Yes. So you don't have to be perfect all the time. It's okay that you're not. But I am going to tell you this, that in the month of February, as you're going through this intense moments, because there's a lot of tension, is to keep focus. Keep focus on your goal. Keep focus on what you want out of this position. Keep focus on the fact if you're going to school, keep focus on the fact that you're almost done. Keep focus on the fact that even though this is your first semester in school and you have others to go ahead and meet, that you will complete, that you're here for a reason because you want and have selected and made a choice for this degree. And what brought you to this to studying this subject matter? Passion. That's what did it. Let that passion of when you first begin to look for and study and wanted to do this for your life or position or whatever it may be, or the baby or the relationship, all right? And keep that passion going so that you can have that balance in your life and keep yourself focused, because there's distractions around you in the month of February 2023 that could very easily get you out of track, that can very easily get you off the rope and falling down to a sea of, you may be able to swim a little bit up, but you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle. So it's better to keep focus. Keep focus on your goal. Keep focus on let your passion guide you. Let your passion help you to achieve the goal that you have inside of you. And just like that juggler in the tarot that is on top of that rope and that is trying to juggle two pentacles, all right? But his or her vision is looking straight ahead. This juggler is not paying attention to the people around. In this case, this juggler has a sea behind them and there's waves and stuff like that, and the sky is pretty and blue and all this stuff. But you know what? His eyes are on the pentacles, the pentacles, the coins. But his eyes are there because he needs to see. And look, this is a card of I see. The chakra, the third eye, I see. You have to see. You have to keep your eyes and your vision. In this case, you need to use tunnel vision to keep your eyes on your goal. All right? Because the minute that you start looking at the waves of the sea and what it's doing over there behind him, and that boat going all over and looking at, in front of him and looking at, people, enjoying themselves in the beach or whatever, then it will lose the balance of juggling those two coins. The same thing with the juggler that is on one, I believe it's in my tarot, and I don't know whether I can find it, but I can show you. Just imagine, if you will, I'm not going to do that, but if you can imagine, like this juggler, and he's stepping on this rope, and he's using either the stick or that one to use balance, all right, or juggling, and they're doing this thing where they're moving forward, and they keep their eyes focused on their goal. Their goal is to reach that destination so that they can cross. From a nothing that is underneath their feet except for that rope. Okay, so they can find refuge, so they can find their success, so that that they've already accomplished their mission, and that is to get across. You are being called to the mission of getting across. All right. So what are you going to do, Libra? I want to go ahead and pull one last card and leave you with that message. This, I feel, is a very serious message for somebody. Please understand that nothing is forever. Everything, the problems that we encounter, the broken heart that we encounter, the deception that we went through, the whatever, you name it, the bad situation at work, it is all temporal. It is temporary. I should say, not temporal, but temporary. It lasts only for a season, just like fall, just like winter, just like spring, and just like summer. And when it's over, it's over. And we start out over again, a different cycle with something new, right? That comes up. So let me go ahead and pull, before I let you go, my Libras, my precious Libras. Let me go ahead and pull at least one more card for you that will kind of close everything up for you. Will kind of tie things up and give you the final word of wisdom for the month of February 2023 for my Libras. Let me go ahead and just pull one from in the middle. Let's see where it gives us. The universe, our ancestors gives us, or you say. Again, I love this saying, from this reader that I constantly listen to, and he always says, "I can't make this up," and I sure can't. Look at this card. Focus on the light. Focus, Libra. Focus. Focus on the goodness of the things that you do have, and not so much on the things that aren't. All right? Love and blessings to you. Remember that divine revelation is not suspicions and is not paranoia. Divine revelation, the divine revelation comes from the divine to help us improve our lives, to find our way out of situations and circumstances that otherwise would have blocked us or hindered us. Love and blessings to all my Libras.